We told you that Nigeria has a pretty large basic cuisine. In honor of that, we've decided to make another video with another 7 mouth-watering recipes. And still, this isn't even 10% of all the dishes Nigeria has to offer. So, here are the 7 traditional Nigerian dishes you must try. Part 2. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 7. Ewa Agoyin. This is one of the dishes that's served as a delicious street food in Nigeria. It's usually served with the tomato pepper sauce on top, and locals and tourists alike can't get enough of it. If you want to make this at home, you'll need some black-eyed beans that you cook until very tender. Then you mash them into a fine paste and season with some salt and pepper. You will then add some of that pepper, tomato, and onion mix that's been fried in palm oil. Number 6. Beans and plantain. Keeping true to the beginning of this video, here's another recipe that involves black-eyed beans. Just like the previous one, for this you'll need to boil the beans and then take some of the water from the pot. Next, you will add the chopped and peeled tomatoes, chopped onions, and the chopped plantains. Next, you're gonna need some crayfish for this recipe, a few stock cubes as seasoning, and a pinch of salt. To finish it off, you'll need to add a few tablespoons of palm oil and cover the whole thing with a lid after adding about a cup of water. You'll need to stir occasionally, smash that like button if you haven't done so already, and cook until tender and serve. Number 5. Banga soup. The banga soup is primarily a seafood soup that's served all over Nigeria. You will first need the pulp of the palm fruit, also known as banga cream. Once the watery pulp is taken out, you will need to add the catfish, some of the stockfish, the beef, and some people even add gizzards. After cooking the fish for a while, you'll need to add the most important ingredient of all, which is the banga soup stock. This will give the soup its distinct flavor. Then you throw in spices like ground pepper, onion, plantain leaves, and of course, a stock cube. And finally, the crawfish. Cook until the soup becomes thick and creamy, and you can see some of the fat on top. The only thing remaining now is to serve it and enjoy. Number 4. Nkwobi. It's hard to pronounce, it's a bit difficult to make, but it's absolutely to die for. The main ingredient that you'll need for this recipe is cow's leg. The cow leg needs to be boiled until tender with some onions and a stock cube, but do it first because it's gonna take a lot of time to do. Next, and here's where the magic happens, dissolve the potash in some water and add it to the oil that you put in a pot. After you mix it, the oil will turn orange, at which point you can add the spices and the crayfish. You finally add the Ugba, get the tender cow's leg and some chopped onions to taste. Mix everything together and serve. Number 3. Abacha and Ugba. Do you remember how we made the mix with the potash and the palm oil? Do you remember when we said you want that orange color and then you add in the Ugba? You do? Good, because we'll need that here as well. But now, instead of a cow's leg, we'll be using some dried and shredded cassava that's been soaked in water and some stockfish. Then, add some spices to the pan, and you're ready to eat. Number 2. Chin Chin. If you're on a diet, then skip this recipe. These are the greatest crispy little nuggets that you can find in Nigeria. And believe us when we tell you, you won't be able to stop munching on them. You make a sweet bread dough with flour, sugar, cinnamon, eggs, and milk. You then roll it out, cut it into small cubes, which you then fry in some oil. After this, turn on Netflix and get a bucket of these. They'll be gone in no time. Number 1. Ugba. This reminds us of tamales, but it's runnier and it's made with Ugba bean flour. You mix the bean flour with some palm oil, which will give it its distinct orange color. Then add some lukewarm water. Pass the mix through a sieve to get rid of the lumps. It should be runny. Now, add some sliced habanero chilies to the mix and start filling the banana leaves that are tightly tied to the bottom, so you don't get any leaks. Some people prefer a plastic bag for this. You then place the packets in boiling water and cook until the Ugba turns into a buttery consistency. On a related note, we wanted to know if you've heard of any of these recipes before. You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.